Hi guys, welcome to the Forex Trading Freedom for this weekly review. And yeah, so I'd just like to welcome you guys to this video. And in this week, I'm going to go over some of the currency pairs, and we're going to see if we can forecast some of the trends that might be happening on some of the currencies in the following week. I recorded a video a few days ago. It was on Thursday, that covered some of the trends that I sort of like predicted. And for this, and now it's Sunday, so that was a few days ago. And it's interesting to see how things were unfolding. So by all means, drop by and check out the previous video and see how well I did in the previous predictions. So let's get straight into it. Let's have a look at the Australian USD. Okay, so you can see that it went up and hit the resistance line at 76,819, and then it bounced off that one, and then it hit like another support line around the 75,666 area. So you can see that it went up and it bounced back down. So when I announced that that it was going to reverse, I think that was Sunday, so it was around there. I recorded a video there. I said that it might bounce back up there, so it looks like it's doing that there. So it bounced down and looks like it's testing this area of support there. So you might see that the market will drop down to this level here and play around this one there, or might continue on and go up there. It's really hard to say. I'm looking at the candles here, and I can't really see like any strong reversals happening right now. So I would say wait this one out, and we'll see how we go. If the candle shows that it's going to reverse, such as maybe like a doji or something like that, that would be worth checking out. But right now I can't see anything that's going to indicate that it's going to go back up to that point there or down there. It might just continue pushing, like might be just like a consolidation pattern, just continue to show candles here, but then we're going to have to eventually it's going to have to make a decision, either go up or down. So that's it for the Australian USD. That's on the daily. So yeah, we'll see how that one plays out. I reckon maybe we'll see something maybe on Wednesday or something, and we'll see whether it's going to go up or down. All right, so let's check out the Euro Japanese. So in the previous video, it was around there. I mentioned that we got like a really strong bearish signal here. So you can see that the bears took control, and yeah, it just went right down. So right now, this actually looks like a good place to enter, because that pattern right there, that candle right there is indicating that that the bulls are planning on taking back control. So this looks like a nice reversal pattern. What I'll do is I'm going to wait till Monday, and I'm going to see what the next pattern is, because you should always wait for confirmation. So if you have a look here, it's like a nice strong bearish, and it looks like it's hit like a support line right here, as we can see there, and it looks like it's going to bounce back up there. It might even just bounce back up, go up to the resistance, and then might go back down. Since it's like a downtrend right here, so if I draw like the trend line here, so we got like a nice trend line here, so you might see it bounce back up, go up to this level here, and bounce back down there. If you don't see it going up to, if you see it going up to there and it breaks out, then you might want to get in entry there, and it's going to go right up to there. So how would you play this one? Well, what I'll do is I'll play it, so I'll actually enter around here, and I'm going to see what the market is in next week, and I'll probably enter around there. I'll put my stop loss right here, and I'll probably collect a couple of pips up to there. So my risk reward ratio might up to be about 1 to 3 or something like that on this one. I'll probably collect at 1 to 2, but we're going to see what happens, and it all comes down to timing as well. So and then I'll probably also watch the this one. Once it hits up to the trend line here, I'm going to see whether it's going to actually break out and retrace back down to this level here, and then I'll enter at this point, and it'll probably take off right to there. So this one's an interesting one you might want to keep an eye on. So set your alerts and everything on this one, and we'll see how we go on this one. Alrighty, so let's check out the Euro USD. So what's happened in the previous video? I spoke about it's touching the resistance here. We need to collect more evidence here. So yes, it is. It's reached that. It's actually reached the resistance level there. So you can see it's testing. So there's really no strong decision on on where it's going to go. It's either going to go up or going to go down. So we don't know where it's going to happen at the moment. Right now it's just consolidating right here. So I don't know where it's going to be. I can't see any strong indication where it's going to go up or down. So this one's pretty interesting. I would also like to note that pattern there, that's a cup on handle pattern. That's like a nice breakout pattern. So if that is the case, then we might see a nice breakout going to the positive side. So yeah, it might be pretty good to get in here, and then it's going to like just take off. So that might be it. But of course, the market's never perfect, and it might be a fake out. So it might go up, then crash back down there. So we're going to see what happens. I say just wait this one out and see what happens. See if there's any strong indication that's going to go to the bulls or the bears, and then you can make your trade carefully. Okay, so let's have a look at the USD CAD. The USD CAD looks pretty interesting. So in the previous video, I think I was talking about a couple of days ago, I was around here, this point here. You can see that there's a nice downtrend there. So let me just draw that one in there. So the nice trend is there. So you might see it bounce back up to there and go back down there. However, if it goes up to there and bounces there, you know to go along on this one, and this is going to climb up to there. So yeah, this looks like it's bouncing. As you can see, it's tested that area there. It's like a nice downtrend there. It's tested. So, and you might see this area right here is going to get very interesting. It's going to be a very, very strong breakout somewhere. It's either going to collapse or it's going to take off, because it's really hitting into that one. So if you know triangles, then once it hits that really close triangle area, all the traders, all the retail traders, they're going to get in, and they all going to place their long positions and everything like that. So this area here looks like a nice support. It's been tested twice, and looks like it's been tested again, as you can see there. So if you want, you might be able to see like a some sort of bullish pattern here, and then it's probably going to take off. So I'll probably wait and see how this one goes. I'm not too sure what's going to happen, but we'll have to see until what's the candle going to show, and then we can place our entries. Alright, so let's check out the Australian CAD. Okay, so as you can see, it went up, tested the resistance, and it tests, and then it just fell apart there. So that was right there. That was a pretty good indication to get in. So as you can see, it showed like a really bearish signal there, and then it confirmed it by a second bearish signal there. And what you can do, you can set your entry there, place your stop there. So your stop loss, your stop loss is about, I don't know how many pips that is, but let's check out that one. It was about 93 pips, right? So if you got in your 93 pips, you would have got a 1-to-1 already. So that's pretty good. So I would have gotten out there. Looks like it's still crashing. You might see it continue crashing down to this level here. This would be probably a good spot to enter, because it's only been tested once, and it'll most highly likely to be tested again. So it's all about probability, folks. So yeah, so that's the weekly forecast, the Forex forecast for this week. The Australian USD, Euro Jappy, Euro USD, US CAD, and Australian CAD. There's a whole bunch of other currencies that I can go over, but just for these ones, I just want to just make it clean, very simple. I've also done some work on my Forex blog and made some more changes to it. It's taken a bit of time to get everything together, and it's going to be pretty interesting. This time next week, I'll be flying to Sydney, and I'm working on a project over there, so that's pretty interesting. I'll be moving from Perth all the way to Sydney, and that's really exciting. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, it's really good. Just keep studying, keep trying all these new techniques in trading, and keep learning technical analysis, learn fundamentals. And yeah, it just requires a bit of time. I mean, some of this stuff looks really intimidating, right? It looks like, how can I understand this type of stuff? It looks really hard. How can I do this? Blah, blah. It really requires a bit of time, It's just 1 hour, 45 minutes per day. And if you multiply that by 365 days a year, that's a lot of time you've invested into your Forex trading education. And it's a really it's a good skill to learn, because Forex is here to stay. It's not like a platform that's going to change in the next year. For example, you've got Google AdSense, and you've got platforms like Facebook and everything. You can make money off them. However, Facebook has to just flick some sort of switch, and then you're out of business. But with Forex, with the knowledge you have with Forex and how to read charts and how to make income and everything, that's here to stay. No one can really flick off the switch because Forex is a worldwide currency. You're looking at currencies all over the world. What are they going to say? Let's turn off Forex. Let's turn off all the currencies. So yeah. Also, like to say that if you look at the markets in the US at the moment, you might notice that Donald Trump is currently running for the campaign. He did mention that there is a recession coming up in 2016. Also, Robert Kiyosaki also predicted this in his book, in the Prophecy as well. I would like to say that I do believe that that there is a recession coming up. So I would recommend, well, don't take my advice, of course. Don't believe anything I have to say. Of course, I have to be legal with that one. You have to seek your own professional advice. But in my opinion, yeah, we are due for a correction, and whether it's going to be in 2016 or next year, it's going to happen. Because if you look at markets, if you look at reversals and everything, what comes up must come down. So look over here, you've got it goes all the way up there, and then it came down to there, right? So you see this time and time again in the market. And if you look at the S&P and the Dow, you might notice that it's just gone right up and there is no reversal, and we are due for another reversal. And the time right now is pretty much, yeah, we're actually due for this year or maybe next year. So no one really knows when, but a lot of people are indicating it's going to be in 2016. So what I'm doing, well, I've been analyzing a lot of investors and what they're doing, and they're pulling out all their cash. They're taking out all their cash from stocks and everything, and they're holding on to all their cash. They are actually solidifying their positions, and they're waiting for the right time. So imagine if the market does crash, right? So you're going to see a huge windfall of all these big stocks. What you want to do, you want to be market ready. You want to have a lot of cash ready and buy when the market is already down. You can never get to the bottom, you never know when, but you have to be really smart, and you have to buy these big companies when they're on the bottom, and then you hold off for a couple of years when the market reversals and it goes back up top. So that's one way how people make a lot of money. They did this with 9/11. When 9/11 happened, all the markets fell, and a lot of people, sad to say about all the deaths and everything, and my condolences. However, a whole lot of people did make money off the 9/11, because it just crashed the markets. I know it's not a nice thing to say, but that's reality. A lot of people did make money off it, and they don't want to talk about it, obviously. And yeah, but I know some people actually said, "Oh, we need another 9/11." I'm like, okay, what, profiting off the death of people? That's, I don't want to I don't want to, be that type of guy who does that. That's really, yeah. You're gonna struggle sleeping at night and everything. So anyway, you want to do this properly and everything, but that's something to keep in mind. The recession that's going to be coming up. A lot of people also holding down on their jobs as well. When you Yeah, that the recession in 2016, I think companies are going to, yeah, feel the hit from all the currencies, from the markets. A lot of people are going to retrace back to their basic operations. They don't want to spend too much, so therefore money's not going to be as flush as as once were. So a lot of companies are going to be scared. So there's going to be a lot of layoffs, and there's a lot of people going to be on the job market as well. So it's going to be a big melting pot, and everything's going to be very interesting. So it's time to increase your financial IQ, increase your knowledge as well in Forex, learn how to make money on the side. Whether it's not Forex, it could be something else, some sort of online business. Try and figure out a way to make money on the side, and also trying to have a lot of cash in the bank as well. Now's the time to save and protect yourself. Because what happens if you lose your job? What if you lose all your clients and everything? You're going to need a lot of cash for these type of times to protect yourself, and also to take opportunity and invest in the right time. So that's it for this week's analysis of the currency. It's a bit long. I know I spoke a bit about recession. I might go into more detail later on, but that's it for this week. Share me your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And I should be in Sydney by then. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.